Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. I am Bogus Meat Factory. Hi folks, how are you doing tonight? Sakura, it's good to see you. Nixie, long time no see. How are you doing, my friend? I love the puppy dog emote. What's your dog's name? I gotta know. That's yours, right? That emote is? Don't mind me. And also thank you, Vulture987 for the follow. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to have you. For those that don't know, I am Bogus Meat Factory. I'm a retro variety streamer, and tonight we are going to be playing some Zork Nemesis. This is for the Adventure Game Club. My good friend Mike runs. It's a monthly adventure game club where they play different adventure games. This month was my suggestion, my recommendation, which was Zork Nemesis, which is a very underrated FMV adventure game set in Zork universe that was overall well received, but most people kind of criticized it for its tonal shift. It's a very dark game comparative to the rest of the Zork games. It's something that I very much enjoy, though. It was one I grew up with. It was interesting is that, like, I never played the original Zork. I had played Return to Zork, Zork Nemesis, and Zork Grand Inquisitor, and never played, like, the originals at that time. Now, of course, we have, obviously, so we played so many text adventure games now in our time, but it's really good. This is a really great game, and it has some really great acting and really great performances, and it creates this really amazing atmosphere. The music that you heard in the pre-stream kind of roll was from the game itself, the Temple of Agrippa, which is like the main hub world. Oh, you'll hear this song a lot, and it is just a mood. It is such a delight. Nixie, your dog's name is Khan. That is a beautiful name. Kuno. Oh, so good to see you, Kuno. Khan is such a great name, because whenever he does something, gets into trouble, it's Khan. I love it. So let's get into this game. I want to get into this game. How are you doing tonight, Kuno, by the way? I hope you're doing well, my friend. Let's see what we got going on. Make sure the sound's right. Everything's good. Let me know how the levels are. Started with a stabbing. Don't mind us. And blood. Ooh, spooky blood. It begins.
No one remembers exactly when it began, but I'll never forget. It began on the day of the Great Eclipse. On the day of my murder. I've lost my only love, and I've lost my life. Now we all lie under the curse. Sometimes a single act can be so evil it can curse the world, unraveling the future. Only the four lost elements will bring the world back into balance.
Ooh, speaking of which.
And I will live again.
No paper.
I have but one hope left, and it is you. No one else dares come here.
Zork's Nemesis, baby. Scared the shit out of me. Let's do this. I'm so stoked. So this is a game that's kind of inspired by Myst, classic Myst. Whoa. Oh, of course I start off spinning. So this is a game that has a full 3D or 360 rotation around, but then you just simply like click into areas to see stuff. So we're gonna have big jumps. We're gonna see how that goes. So this is how it starts. The way out is locked. We're kind of trapped here, and we are at the entrance to a temple. So it's great about this. So you have, of course, our normal cursor. When it's blank like this, it means there's nothing interactable. And when it has the arrows, of course, that means that you can move forward in that direction. When it lights up yellow, like a dark yellow, that means that there's something you can interact with. And so this beautiful place is where we will call home for our playthrough of this game for the majority of it. It's such a fantastic setting, and it's so interesting because people have complained that this game is too dark for Zork. Zork is always comedy, it's always comedic, it's always funny, and yet even Nick and I, when we had played, we had experienced very much so kind of these more dark themes. You play something like Sorcerer was incredibly dark, And that's set in the Zork universe. Dealing with demons and evil creatures and beings and sentient, you know, like sources of evil. It's not uncommon. So we have this tomb. I remember these things. This is the start. I don't remember too much, but I remember this. Feel this. It's so nice.
Finally, someone has come. You've got to help us. They're in the temple.
So what's interesting is because it has something to do with like ghosts and, you know, this kind of otherworldly spiritual thing, people immediately take like, oh, it's something that kind of rips off of Seventh Guest or something like this, and it's very different than Seventh Guest in terms of just its style and its puzzles. You'll see. I'm gonna sneeze. It's not gonna be a late stream like we do with oh, we can look in here now. I will be there waiting at the gates of hell. You'll not escape my wrath. Fun. So kind of trying to inspect things and figure out the nature of this. So you are, I believe, an inspector sent out here to find out what's going on in this temple. There's some disturbances. Wrath is the name of his puppy. Exactly. And you're trapped here. So I gotta go this way and then this way. So yeah. These cool environments. I enjoy this sort of thing though. Yeah, spoilers, exactly. Oh my goodness, my phone thing's beeping. So now I can look up, you can see. Now I can change your views from a complete up and down. Oh god, it's so finicky. When the sun and moon are joined, the entrance to eternity is opened. A simple puzzle kind of to start your time off. This is a pretty simple one, right? Here's the sun, here's the moon. Put it together. What do you got? Bibbidi bobbidi boo. So one of the things that I love in games in general is like journals and these sorts of things with adventure games. I love epistolaries, as I learned. Whoa, Jesus, God. Sorry.
Have you come to seek the alchemists? Don't waste your time. I killed them all. You can do no good here.
Alright. So here we're hearing voices. What's going on in the nature of this game? Hold on. You can see there's these bricked up rooms. And we have a library. So here's where we get a lot of kind of a starter information about what's going on. And you're going to see, that looks like a puzzle, but it's not. We got our books. Let's see this. First off, this looks like a puzzle information. I don't remember all the puzzles, so forgive me if I am going to be doing this. I don't know if these are puzzles or not. I'm writing it down just in case, because this looks like a pattern, obviously. The Six of Mumberber. From their sarcophagi, they will tell me nothing. I've all but ripped their throats out, so that is to be expected. How many threats can you use upon the dead? It sickens me to live here, a demon trapped in a temple, but I must finish their work and fuel my hate with the power of the quintessence. Okay, so I want to mark these symbols that are right here. These are important symbols, I think. Oh, yeah, bam, there too. Okay. Alright, so... Each... cross, female symbol, bam. Okay. The 22nd of February. Underlined with a squiggle. Now that I've stolen the 4 elements, earth, air, fire, and water, I've hidden them in this unholy temple where they will never be found. I cannot risk their discovery, and have employed a great number of deathly, lively machinations to assure their seclusion. The last intruder, that meddling spy, Bivitar, never made it past my gallery. Folks, if you don't know, Bivitar is a reference. So there, I did a podcast with my good friend Nick, who we play text adventure games with, and there is a book series set in the Zork universe. It's a "What Do I Do Now" adventure game series of books, and about the adventures of Billy and June. And when they go into the world of Zork, they have different names, which is Bivitar and Gerunda. And that is a reference. Oh, let's see. Hold on. Never made it past my gallery, but at least he was able to take some time out to envy the paintings before I bludgeoned him. However, in the gallery, the flow of time is as circular as the room, and I made the mistake of killing him before he was ever actually born. I shall wait to see if he returns. And then a spiral. And let's write that down. Let's see. Where it starts is what's important there, I think. The 15th of Mage. It is more difficult to forge the 4 alchemical metals than I first thought. I've learned through a painful process of trial and error that it is not safe to keep the elements in their purified form. The 4 are not so stupid as they look. Gaining access to their secret laboratories have been a labored process. I'll go drag a hot poker down Malvo's rotting belly and see if he cries out something helpful. The 25th of Augur. I'm tired of this game. I ransacked Sartorius' laboratory today, and while blood flowed down the halls, I made little progress in my quest for his tin. I am as impatient as that stupid spy who thought any fistful of dirt, any drop of water, a spark from his fine, a Cardian cigar, or a mouthful of his foul breath would constitute an element. I must return to my work with elemental air. As I rise up to my lab and pass the twinkling star field, the blue reminds me of blue skies, a more peaceful time, but I can remember little of my life before the evil descended, before my bloody rebirth. Insight into our enemy. Astronomy for a New Age. The Brogmoid Fallacy, or Why the Earth is Not Flat After All, by Dr. Kurl Zagan, PhD. Okay, so first off, they got, so Saturnax equals Malvo. Mers is Cain. Juperon equals Sartorius. And Venusni is Sophia. Okay. An invitation. We invite all the citizens of the Empire to read this book, to ponder in their hearts the message it contains, and then to ask the implementers, in the name of Yorick himself, if it is not undeniably, irrefutably, and without doubtably true. Those who pursue this course, the right and proper course of science and progress, rather than clinging to the older tenets of the fearful and folkish Brogmoidism. And that is not simply the good nature of this one fellow that keeps it and us from falling into the great void. I'm getting sick of all these damned eclipses. Planets must be fully in light. This picture here. Interview with a Grue by Andrew Zilber. The Grue in his natural habitat. See, like, there's comedy in this. There is. You just have to see it. The air in the room lay deadly still, thick with the stench of a Grue in confinement. I could make out just his faint profile in the darkness. The barest glint of his razor claws, the faintest gurgle of his fetid breath. I took a step closer, and was about to introduce myself, when suddenly the gurgling grew louder, and then a sort of gnashing of great teeth, and lo, the hulking bully drew a gleaming bone from his jaws and tossed it to the floor with a grunt. It clattered at my feet, and as I looked down, I saw that it still... Oh, we can't continue with that story. I love that. Interview with the Group. The Best of the New Zorker by Scoffman Publishing. The New Zorker, that's another reference. There's a lot of references here. The New Zorker was, it was the New Zork Times, is what it was called at the time. And that was Infocom's fan newsletter during the 1980s. Goings on about the Empire. Are the recently evacuated Forbidden Lands really cursed? Or is Regent Sayovar, another reference to the What Do I Do Now adventures? Sayovar was the uncle of Bivitar and Gerunda in that. Or is Regent Sayovar simply becoming paranoid now that the Enchanters Guild composes the first substantial challenge to his political supremacy? The theory of the curse seems legitimated by the dark series of earthquakes, droughts, missing persons, and general ill humor of the inhabitants of the region following the Great Eclipse. Though the Guild denies responsibility for any black magic in the region, the disappearance of General Kane from Iron Dune suggests political conspiracy, and since we all know the trolls, orcs, and gnomes of the Flathead Mountains are only waiting for the slightest hint of civil strife to stake their own claim to that corner of the Empire, the clock is ticking on the Forbidden Lands. I made a small journey to the desolate region south of Arragain, venturing southwest of the Frigid River to find out for... Interesting. Alchemy of Pure Love by C. Barajas. Explore this further in lab. There is a thing confusedly formed, born before heaven and earth, silent and void. It stands alone and does not change. It goes round and does not weary. It is capable of being the mother of the world. Pure love, the willing and eternal joining of two souls, is the fifth element, the quintessence, or the philosopher's stone. The sun and moon are two magical principles, one active, the other passive, this masculine, that feminine. There is not a compound in all nature but hath in it these two luminaries, a little sun and a little moon. Oh, jeez, spinning. Excerpt from My Best Successes by Lord Dimwit Flathead. Another callback to Old Zork. Lord Dimwit Flathead, of course, being the founder of the Great Underground Empire. The Flatheads were the reigning, body of monarchy at the time. Chapter 1 on taxes. As I will summarize in the following 1,100 pages, the 98% tax rate is a mere pittance, and nothing worth doing in this empire can be done for any less than a full 100%. My next 2,000 or 3,000 tax bills should further illumine my immensely keen feelings on this subject. Suffice it to say that the forward-thinking legislation of the Analecta Luidica, the 22nd XVI shall stand. Analecta Luidica, 4th of Dismember, 788. The Lord Dimwit Flathead of the people of Quendon. Anyone withholding payment of all taxes decreed before this date shall be killed along with everyone they have ever met. I have known my share of detractors. A ruler so excessively wise, so excessively handsome, so excessively flat as myself will always find himself the subject of pernicious slander. There always will be someone who lack the vision, some who think we cannot afford, plebeian concept, to erect a new continent in my own excellent image, some who doubt we require, as if that were the issue, an underground flood control dam where there is no rain, as if the inspired work of a philosopher king was to be governed by the vicissitudes of the weather. I'm convinced, however, that the statue of my royal selfness that I am erecting in the Fublio Valley will be... the statue that is being erected in the Fublio Valley is in the location of Sorcerer. You can go there. Let's see, pittance 100% keen forward. I was looking at these different things to see if these things actually say something. Detractors wise, handsome, pernicious, vision. No, none of them do. Alright, so we read our books. I think that's all we can read from that. Let's see, can we look at the globe? No. It's been some time. Okay, so we got these paintings. Sliding. Okay, it's just like a sliding puzzle to get them out of the way. And we have a secret passage. Alright, let's see how this does. Okay. We don't have an answer for this yet. But we're gonna draw this out because this is probably not entirely. Just making a stick man puzzle. Put his penis on there too. You have to, it's important. Making our circle. I should draw this in paint. Okay. H. C with a arm. Bam. Okay. We know some of these symbols already. So the H here, the female symbol, the masculine symbol, and this one here. Those represent the different people. Probably symbol for the bottom, I suppose. Exactly, right? Exactly. So we can manipulate this. Oh geez. It's like, did I just solve it? On accident? Yeah, so like I don't. Oh shit, I just did it. I did not mean to do that. I didn't know. I don't know what the hell I just did. I just accidentally got this. What about his butt? It's museum worthy. Museum worthy butt, of course. Hello? Yeah, I don't have the tools for this yet. Right? It's just to put. Yeah, I have to put something there. At least I now have that going for me, right? Got the door open. I accidentally brute forced it. Whoops. I legit didn't remember that. Again, I beat this game before in my time. I don't remember much. I beat this probably in like 2002, 2003. So it's been, 20 years since I played this. Look at this place, though. It's very pretty.
Why do you persist? My secrets are my own, and no one else's. What you seek will only blacken your heart.
Okay. Let it blacken, dude. Let it blacken. Okay, so let's see. Music. The violin. A constant theme so far. At the time that I had played this as well, is it at the point where I was feeling far more analytical of these games? I was playing them for mere entertainment and enjoying the story, and now I'm at a point where I really want to kind of look back at this and see what holds up and how does this game maintain its puzzles, its story. So these are all the different pieces of the symbols, right? Yeah. There's the male symbol, the female symbol. I don't know what these ones are. This the H and the weird wackadoo. 4. Praise. How's it going, dude? It's good to see you, my friend. How are you today? Oh, look. Look. So the head goes. Oh, okay, so that kind of explains the puzzle. Malvo is H. May he burn in hell. Dude, welcome. It's good to see you. Dude, Praise. I hope you're doing well, my friend. It's been a while. What you been up to? What you been playing? Anything good? How did Resident Evil 4 go? Did you platinum it yet? All right, so Malvo is the H. I've got it here on this Saturn X, so that's the H of the cross. All right. That's from the puzzle that we accidentally brute forced. We're playing right now Zork Nemesis, which is a point-and-click adventure game. Uses some FMV sequences as well. In it, it was lauded for its ability, for, like its visuals and music, and of course criticized for its dark tones, which are supposedly not conducive to Zork. Platinum for RE4 is going to take a while, but we will get there. I beat it on standard and close to beating it on hardcore. Still several challenge runs to do for the plat. Nice, dude. You got this. I believe in you. You'll come to see the one thing in its correspondence as Juperon. Hold on, Juperon is that one. So that is... Sartorius is the weird wackadoo 4. Sartorius is the tin and air. As Mers is to... Okay, so tin is... and air is the triangle. Oh, I love it. I actually beat this game about 20 years ago. And I don't remember much. As Mers, which is male symbol, and that's Cain, is to iron, and that's an M, and earth, which equals a downward pointing filled in triangle. As Saturnax, which is Malvo, is to lead, which is an M with a weird line there, and fire, upward pointing triangle, clear. Mario movie was fantastic, wasn't it? Me and my parents were in pure joy mode from start to finish. Same, my friend. I saw that with my family. We rented out a movie theater for my daughter for her 8th birthday with her friends and stuff there, and what little family we have. And it was a joy from beginning to end. It was great because at that point, having that to ourselves, the kids can be excited and can be like talkative, and it isn't disruptive because you know you're not bothering anybody else. Everybody there is on board for this. It was tons of fun. I loved it to death. And of course the Peaches song is stuck in my head just like it is for everybody else. My kids have it on repeat and I'm not in complaint of it. I enjoy it thoroughly because I love me some Jack Black. The D&D movie also, yeah, praises. D&D looks like good fun. I've heard great things too. A lot of people said it was really great and I really wanted to see it too, but I just don't have an opportunity, sadly. So Venusenv is Sophia. Obviously. Copper. That's wavy lines, and water, which is upward pointing triangle filled in. DD, how's it going, dude? It's good to see you, my friend. Oh, here. The body attracts heaven, and this takes place in accordance with the great divine order. So it hath been, and so it must always be, from Alpha to Omega, from the beginning of Zork to the end of time. It is true without lie, it is true without lie, certain and without doubt, that what is below is like what is above, and what is above is like what is below, to accomplish the miracles of the one thing. So it is written in the Emerald Table of Hermes, this is the first principle of our great work, the one thing of all created things, the condition whereof is transitory and frail. There's only one single principle. All created things proceeded from one matter, not each separately from its own peculiar matter. Any imperfect earthly matter can be transmuted into its utmost degree of perfection. From the basest of metals can perfect gold and silver be distilled. From the basest of mortal flesh can eternal life be wrought. This great mystery lies in the elusive power of the quintessentia, the transformative fifth element, the element of the spirit, the quintessence. Whoever possesses its secret can unlock the great mystery of the cosmos. Multipass. Socrates says, there's enough movie there to please casual fans, but some deep lore cuts that are well done and not so much, look at us referencing the thing, that will please fans of the D&D movie? Absolutely, that's good to hear. Some liberties are taken, and some of which makes me kind of sad, but it's fun. That's what matters most. The rule of cool, right, Sakura? The movie follows the rule of cool. That's how I saw it. The dragon in the caves is an actual lore dragon. Interesting. All right, what do we got here? So there's this. Yes, but also no. I guess it's true. All right, do we go left to right or from smallest to biggest?
February 3. I tried to contact Dr. Vexen about the meaning of the alchemy plate symbols. He told me that all symbols have meanings in alchemy, and that everyone is controlled by the orientation of these symbols. He could not, however, tell me more of use. The man is nearly deaf and blind, a condition that I feel describes perfectly my search for answers.
The Rock was total improv, says Sakura, for that movie. Cryptic, and I love it.
I live every day with the reminder of the horror I had inflicted on the others. Well, their crimes were great, and I had to be judge, jury, and executioner. Yet they do not succumb to my torture. Sartorius seems the weakest, but even that bastard will not break his silence.
Ooh.
Last day of the year of the misuse. I've hidden the sources of their powers away from their control. Without them, they are unable to hold back the very elements they use to keep Dominion over.
Interesting.
I've learned of 4 key steps used in alchemy. Sublimation, distillation, calcification, and coagulation. Still, I know there is more to be found. Something is missing, some vital step.
Interesting. Oh, jeez, spinning. Sorry.
The fortune is nearly gone. I am going in search of answers elsewhere. Rumors speak of riches beyond the hills.
This isn't like, because this doesn't sound like the demon talking, right? I mean, it's the same voice, but it's man, I tell you, I really don't remember any of this game. I remember like there's a Romeo and Juliet kind of situation, but I don't remember much outside of that. And then like 2 kids in love, not meant to be, or something weird like that. And then this guy here, this is the demon talking.
I've discovered a vast subterranean land filled with magic and mysteries. However, I haven't found any creature knowledgeable in the black arts. A wizard may be somewhere underground, but I have yet to find him. Other treasure hunters have discovered the ruins, and I've had to kill them to protect my belongings.
Cannoli, it's good to see you, my friends. Indeed. Again, I beat this game before in my lifetime, but I don't remember much. I beat it about 20 years ago. See, there was an up and down symbol at some point here, I thought. Yeah, here we go. Ladder. Oh, hello. Oh. Cool. Minecart. Okay, so we got this guy here with his globe. I'm guessing that's air. This is Earth, right? Nate Wookie says, looks familiar, but maybe one of those things where I'm having a false memory. It's good to see you, Nate Wookie. How are you today? This is Zork Nemesis, my friend. Have you ever played any of the FMV Zork games? They're fantastic. I love Zork Nemesis a lot, and it may be... I did, at least. I just remember the atmosphere and the mood and all these things.
Want some rye? Of course you do.
You need some Boost Miller to lighten up the mood in this situation for sure. Okay. Water. This would be Fire the Sun, I'm guessing. You don't remember. Oh, man. It was very enjoyable. And a lot of people, of course, kind of criticize it for not being Zorky enough, you know? Is that all there is the book there? Alright. It's not being Zork enough. And it's got its comedy and references. The game even, like, I didn't know this until I recently, so I did the Literate Pixel podcast with Nick, and we were talking about, reading the Zork Choose Your Own Adventure style books. And the characters Bivitar, Jarunda, Sayovar, they're all referenced in here. So there's references to those old books, which is funny. So that's closed off. So there's here. Let's just look around here real quick. So we got this here and that. Hold on. There's a door that's tossed off its hinges. And that's back into the library. Okay, we've been in here already. Let's go in here real quick. Got the big overgrown tree. And this here, let's see. Oh, hello, inventory. Alright. Somebody noticed got 3 OG Choose Your Own Adventure books the other day from a used bookstore. He'd been looking for them. Oh, dude. The Choose Your Own Adventure and Choose Your Own Adventure style books are the best. They're so much fun. Okay, let's see. Can't open that door. Oh, hold on. We have seen this, though, before. That thing that's in that secret room that we found.
Touch what you cannot solve and return to me. I've got the hints, and I'll give you 3.
Oh.
Suggestion, instruction, and direction. The level of hint is at your discretion. But wait a bit before you flee. You must know how to advance through the 3. Touch me then.
Oh, I'll touch you, lady. Oh my. You gotta touch the lady's butt. But that's the hint system. You touch the lady's butt and she tells you. It was a win-win trip to the used bookstore. Oh man. Found a fantasy novel that I started reading in 2005 while I was staying in a hostel in New Zealand. Interesting. But where? But where? Alright, let's see. So I'm guessing... Okay, that leads back out. Okay. So hint system. Ah, I know this. I remember this place. Here they all are. Who is this? This is... That's Kane.
Who goes there? Soldier. I am one of my men. There's no one left. Everything destroyed. Bring me earth.
Blue pages.
That is my strength. I'll reward you. A fortune in Zork. Half my kingdom. Anything. But beware. The Nemesis.
Alright, dude. I don't need your circumstance. Can I talk to him again?
Merciful God. I struggle here for eons. And who do you send me? Do you have any magic about you?
No. Sorry.
Are you an alchemist?
Nope. Just a dude.
I thought as much.
I just stream video games, man.
My earth element will remain lost. And my son Lucian, in his grave, unavenged.
Unavenged. His son Lucian in his grave unavenged. Oh. Ooh. Eat up that scenery. He's struggling to pop a boner is what's happening. Okay. We're done with you, Kane. Sorry, buddy. What do we got here? This is Sartorius.
you, Nemesis? No. A friend.
Hi.
Come closer.
Okay, what's up?
You are kind, pilgrim.
Oh, thanks, man.
Bring fire. My element.
Okay.
You're in danger.
Am I?
Hurry.
Alright. Just need a gong to announce the arrival of his dong. Alright, dude, I'll bring you some stuff. It's fine. What's up?
Say, Pilgrim, good friend, stop creeping up on me like a grue in the dark.
I'm sorry.
The evil one stole our essences, the secrets to our alchemy.
Okay.
Now he tortures our spirits. I'm growing weak, but I'm not ready to die.
Alright.
Earth, air, water, fire.
Alright.
My fire. Find the elements, and you'll see.
Oh, you're Malvo. That's you, are you not Sartorius? I'm sorry, dude. I didn't mean to. Ooh, it's strenuous being in that coffin. I know it's tough, but I got you. It's this new groan. Oh, we're gonna see everyone's O face in this process. It's the same for me, man. It's the same. That's a mood. I feel you. That's, yep. Exactly. I know exactly how you feel. As a kid, I was very creeped out by the moaning and groaning. So this is, it's up to you.
Is someone there?
Yep, hi. Nope. Nope.
Is that you?
No, it's just me. It's bogus. Hi.
Who's ever there? Oh, please help me.
I'm trying.
Trapped here so long.
How long?
You made me too.
Really?
Get water.
Are you thirsty? I can go to the kitchen. I'll get you something to drink, okay? Alright, I'm sorry, lady. No, praise. It's okay. It's a little overacting. It's a little hammy.
Good. You're still alive.
Yep.
You must hurry.
Okay.
He knows you're here.
Yeah. I talked to him earlier. He seems
He
cool.
wants our knowledge.
Yeah.
The quintessence.
Mm-hmm.
Alchemy. And the studies of the correspondences.
Yeah.
It's your only hope.
Okay. So, like, you guys have a correspondence course or something? What do you got? Full diet of ham. Full diet of ham right now. Oh. They really did they really be like, hey, I want, okay. Did the director say, alright guys, I want you to give me a sound of torture? Or did they say, I want you to give me a sound of orgasm? Because every single one of them, I think it's meant to convey that they're being like tortured and pained, but it also sounds like they're just having an orgasm. They probably just kept all the takes. Is there a difference? Ooh, Sakura. Great question. For some, maybe. And this is our boy. This is Sartorius. Are you asking me as a Cenobite? I mean, I'm just saying. La petite morte. Hey. How's it going?
Blood, color, phlegm. 4 humors. A human.
Yes.
He did this to me.
Well,
Spiritus non corpus. He's mad. Air. I need air.
and dude.
The masterwork must.
It's all around us. Just breathe. Take a deep breath, man. You're good. This is the mid-90s, so no one was using real actors other than Westwood and Origin. Hey, who farted? Angels to some, devils to others. Exactly.
Philosopher's Stone.
Yeah,
The Nemesis will kill for it.
probably.
Stop him.
I mean,
You will see what has never been seen. The great lost secrets of the Empire.
okay.
Bring the elements.
All right, dude. Whoa. You are... Your neighbors must really not like you. Let's hear it. O-Face, number 4. See the toes curling. See those toes curl? Oh, yeah. Surprisingly, actually very restrained there comparatively. I gotta say, Sartorius, you were pretty low-key there. I thought you were really getting into it at first, but apparently no, that wasn't the case at all. Let's look at this thing here. Whoa. Okay, so we gotta... Okay, ooh, okay. Sorry, there's a lot of... What is going on here? My sound is going crazy. Okay, so I can't open the door here. Sorry for the crackle. Let me see if I can get out of here. Oh no, we got major crackle. What happened to my sound that causes so much crackle? Game? Oh no, how do I save? I don't know. I actually don't know how to save. Holy crap. Holy crap. This might be a bad thing. Hold on. Hold on, God help me. So I can at least restart this. Hold on. How to save in Zork Nemesis. Control S. Control S. It is. Okay. O-Face. Okay, we're gonna have to... Hold on. Yes, quit Zork Nemesis. Whoa. Okay, Zork. Okay. DOS. Okay, DOS box. Why did you... let me fix this. Let's see how this goes. Let's see if this works. Fixes the thing. Taking head. Yeah, I took care of it. I took care of it. It's fixed. It's fixed. Restore O-Face. That came out of nowhere. Whew. Alright. So. Alright. So we got this here. Ooh, hello. Turning off the water. It's locked. There. Because this is off, this is on. Obviously. Okay, nothing there. So no, we gotta go back to the library that was here. We have the right. I got the I got the dongle. And then this one here. No, this one here. There we go. Into our secret spot. Let's see how this goes. Oh, really? Oh no. Whoops. Hold on. Bam. That's weird. Sorry about that. Thank you, Cannoli. Thank you. Okay, so we went into our secret spot. And... Oh, hello. Oh, so this is going to take us to all the different laboratories to get us their elements. The initial puzzle that's going to kind of get the things that we need. Okay. So we have candles. Okay. Oh, hello, mirror. Don't really know what this is. Oh, there we go. There's a blue flame there. Ah, I see. Okay, so... Sneaky. This one? Or is this one? No, hold on. What one is okay? So this is going to be a tall, skinny, and fat. Tall, skinny, fat, and it's going to be that one there. There it is. Bork Nemesis? So kind of how are you today, my friends? What is that? A Zork? Is that it's a bee? It's Bork Nemesis. One down. Yay. Cool. We got fire.
Bless you, good brother. Ah, fire. Spark of the universe. I feel the heat in my very soul.
And in your boner.
The Nemesis. My daughter Alexandria was his victim. Brilliant. Beautiful. And he killed her simply because she got in the way. I couldn't save her. And for that, I'll burn yet. Sometimes I feel her spirit here. I hear her music. Please, come. There is a way to bring her back.
You know what they say? If the flame is blue, better to... What? What is that, Sakanaka? What does that mean? What does that mean? That actor. Oh! W. Morgan Shepard. Yes. He is probably the most prolific of all the ones that is in this game. He plays Malvo, one of the alchemists. Okay. Going back in. What? Hello? There. Come on, can I? Hello? Game? Can I look at your thing? Or was that not... Oh, that was just his. So, okay. That was just Malvo's. So there was a map. There's a map over here, I think. Right? So Malvo's in that corner there. So here in... Okay, so there's spots there for them. I see. Okay. So we can go back into their thing. How you doing tonight, by the way, Sakanako? I hope you're doing well. By the way, this is the hint system. You touch the butt and it gives you hints. This is not a joke. It is truly what it is. Alright, so... One of the people's things is over here on that side, so we gotta go like this way. There we go. Oh. Hold on. It is a puzzle. Okay. Mike hates these. Now play Freebird. Okay, let's hear it. Okay, let's see if we can nail this. Boom. Oh no, okay, so there's only one right connection, and then it turns it off if you don't get it right, so. This is the right one, I think, at first. Oh my gosh. I'm not gonna get this. This is gonna be tricky. This is tricky. Dun, dun, dun. Yes, it's dun. Dun. Is it 3 or 2 that I'm supposed to do? Oh, this is tricky. Because watch, when you go through these doors, it's not going to fix it. You'll come back to the same spot that you were in before. It's all an illusion. See, it just came up. Oh, maybe not. Is it? We'll come back to the sound one. We'll come back to the sound puzzle. So then we got... Let's see. This isn't one. What is this one? Luna, Solus, okay, this sun and the moon. Have you played the PS1 Mist on this channel yet? I had that as a kid, but was not patient enough to get very far. I mean, I have... Okay, so praise, real talk about me here for a second. That the original Mist is... Well, the Mist franchise in general is my all-time favorite franchise. I have Mist on the Sega Saturn. I don't have the patience for the console versions of them because they're very compressed in their video. But I have beaten Mist a million times. A million times. Mist Riven, Mist Online, and Mist 5 I consider some really absolutely fantastic games. Riven in particular being probably a masterclass in puzzle design and world building. And Mist Online being my all-time favorite game. I love that series so much. Oh, we gotta put something in this. We gotta put in like a light source, so we're not ready for this yet. Okay. Yeah. Venusum. Oh, really, Praise? Oh my goodness, yeah. So Myst it was first on Macintosh computers and later ported to PC not long after. Considered one of the greatest. It was the best-selling video game of all time up until the late 1990s when the original Sims overtook it for the best-selling game of all time. It really reintroduced the casual market to video games. During like the 1980s, gaming on PCs was really open to the concept of hardcore gamer didn't exist. So everybody played video games. And the PC market was really catered to older people in how they could play video games. And when the 80s came, and the NES and the Sega Genesis starts to become a major foothold in the market of video games, and this major catering towards younger audiences, people fell away from that acceptability of video games for everybody. And when Myst came out, everyone was playing it, new and old alike. Which is amazing, as it was basically the game that made people buy CD-ROM drives. Exactly, Sakura. And it is, Myst isn't as hard as you may remember. The original Myst is pretty accessible as far as puzzle and adventure games go, as long as you figure out kind of the way the game flows. There's a particular gameplay loop. Finding it initially can be kind of a challenge, and interpreting it as what it is can sometimes be a challenge. Once you dial in on what the purpose and point is of this gameplay loop, how you find the clues to these puzzles is almost uniform for every stage of the game. It becomes a lot easier to deal with. It has some little problems here and there, but it is really interesting, and I love Myst so much. It's not for everybody, and I get this, and I totally understand. These are the types of games where you have to sit down and really think and take your notes. You have to take your notes. I don't know if you can see my notes. There's my see my stick figure penis man. Hold on, stick figure penis man. He's got a little penis there. I put a little tiny one. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's there. You got to take your notes and know what is considered to be a clue and what isn't. And that sort of stuff is really vital. Alright, so who do we have here? Oh, this is fire. Okay, so 2, 4, 5. So down, up. Oh, hold on. So if this is fire, because this is the top left corner, which was Cain. So we need the symbol for iron, which is M with a hold on. That's none of those things. What is it? Oh, okay. So M with the curl's there, and the male symbol is there. Okay. The male symbol is the symbol for Cain, who is fire, and then this little M right here is the symbol for iron, which is a part of fire, or associated with it. Yeah, there we go. I got my notes. See, notes help. Zork without Nick. Gasp. Liv, how are you, my friend? 36 months. Dude, Lip, it's been that long. It's been 3 years. I do not believe this. Oh. Lip, my friend, it's good to see you. Mom! I have to play this game, Lip. I have to play this game because it's a part of the Adventure Game Club, and I recommended it, so I have to play it. And Sakanako says, the end of the era of buying an encyclopedia set by installments to go on your shelves. Now it's just one CD. Not only is it just one CD, Sakanako, it's just one CD that has Patrick Stewart guiding you through the process. That's one in particular. I loved those. I love that era. That's such a fantastic time. I wish we went back to that. Okay, so we're going up. Or down. We're going down. Forgive me. No worries, Lip. Fingers crossed. Thank you, my friend. Okay. I hope so. No, we don't want Death Head. Do we? Okay. Head Castle. Oh, yes, that's the symbol for, well, that's not, that's the, we want down and filled. That's the one right there. That's the one. That'll take us to the element that we want, which is Earth. Help me with this sound puzzle, chat. I need help with this upcoming sound puzzle. We'll save it for last, because this one's tough for me. I don't know if it's 1, 2, 3, or 4. I don't know if it's 3 or 4 notes that I need to do. I might have to touch the butt. Oh, busting through walls. Look at that. Mist sound puzzle is one of the 2 points in that I didn't like the puzzle. I didn't mind the sound puzzle in Mist at all. This one is a lot trickier. A lot trickier. The alarm compass. It's tedious. So I would say that is a really tedious puzzle. Not that it's necessarily bad, but it is so tedious. So tedious. All right. What do you gotta say?
You have done well.
Thanks, dude.
I misjudged you.
Aw, thanks.
The 4 elements. In union, they create the universe.
Mm.
Each one of us commands one, and it gives us strength.
Yeah.
But it's temporary.
Yeah, like how so?
He is a monster.
Can you elaborate about that? What
My
do you
own
mean?
murder I will forgive him, but not the murder of my son.
Oh, yeah.
I was a man with many flaws, but Lucien was just a boy.
Yeah?
Once I vowed to get revenge. Now, I just want my son back.
Yeah.
Find the place where his soul rests.
I mean, you're both dead, so, like, maybe we'll find each other, you know?
I've never asked this of anyone, but now, I ask you.
Okay.
Help me.
Sure, man. Find out where your dead son is. No big deal. No biggie. Alright, so Sartorius is this way? Yeah, Sartorius is this way. Oh, I said gotta go this way. There it is. There's Sartorius' stuff. Once I knew what I could click on, it actually only took a few more attempts, which were tedious because the solution did make sense. Yes. 10 times multiplayer on the tedium loop for that. And Sakanako, it's a 20 times tedium loop if you're deciding to get both pages. If you decide to get both pages, you gotta do it twice. Let's go play the Suzuma phone. That's not what I'm looking for. Sartorius is air. I don't think that's air either. There's air. So now what do I do? Oh, unless there's a puzzle to this. Hold on. Okay. Wind. Oh, what kind of puzzle's this? Hello? Oh no. Have a good night, Nixie. I'll be here, don't worry. The man is grieving for his son, and here I'm making fun of him. Shame, shame on you. Sagana says, well, the second time it's not really tedious at all. I already know the solution at that point. Maybe you still have to go through it, and you can't skip cutscenes at that time. So, hold on. So, I need to get that lit, and this one's not. So, let me see this 1 second. I'm making my star chart here. Okay, there's my purples. If I do this top one, it turns this one on. Okay. Okay. If I turn this one off, it turns this one off. Okay. That one off turns that one on. That one turns that off. I need one that turns on that one. Okay, so this turns that one on. We're learning here. If I get stuck, I'm not above looking at the solution, but I also had fun finding one. It's hard to know where the breakpoint is, especially in a game I'm already enjoying. It's so true. What happens a lot of times... Why'd you turn that both on? What happens a lot... There it is. What I always say, I think it's so important, is like, it's okay to look up solutions. As long as those solutions give you a better understanding of the puzzle. Right? Once you have that grasp and understanding... That's all that matters. It doesn't matter if you have to look up that solution. What's more important is that you're able to appreciate and understand the crafting of that puzzle and its design. That's far more valuable than figuring it out on your own. And so for people who are trying to get into a game like Myst or Riven, importantly, Riven is a great example of this. Riven's puzzles are all so meticulously designed to a point where it's all contextual within the world. There's no useless puzzle. There's no weird sound puzzle that doesn't have a purpose or importance to its world itself. And so when you get those solutions, it's so vital for you to be able to understand why it's there, what purpose it serves. And that gives you a better understanding of the world and your appreciation for the world that they're creating. Now, like this sound puzzle here that we're going to be getting in a minute doesn't serve much of a purpose. We're almost there, though. Oh, great. This isn't the sound puzzle, though. This is what I'm talking about. Okay. Let's look. Okay, blue, green, red, and yellow. Alright, so, yep, for air, okay. Red. Green. I'm drawing my colors. Look at my beautiful drawing. Blue and my triangle. Look at this, it's so beautiful. I don't know if you can, I don't know where that is. Where's this at? Where's my drawing? There it is. You can't really see it because it's so bright. There's my drawing. It's beautiful. And then from there, we go yellow. Kind of a turquoise-ish. And then a magenta. Okay. Okay. The same coloring. Okay, so nothing's turned on yet. I think I gotta push that button that was on that symbol. Nine oh 125. Nope, that's not what does it. Okay. Hello, game. Did the butterflies do it? You don't do it. There's a yes album that kind of looks like that color diagram. Oh, really? Oh, you're stuck in the down position. Any of these things like buttons? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here, gas leak, don't let it flame. Alright, that's what I needed to do. Close the windows. Okay. Okay, so the green's in there. I want to see what's changed here. Oh, okay, it ends there. Okay. Let me see what parts I need here. Those are all equal parts. Blue, green, and red. So let's try that. So we got our green up on. I can put a tiny bit. Oh, okay. So this is telling you the combinations of. So green has got to be full blast. It has to be, because it's stuck that way, right? The nozzle's stuck there. So 3 green, 1 red, 3 yellow, 3 blue. It's not easy, steaming green. There it is. Now the sound puzzle. Now the sound puzzle we're dealing with. I'm starting to remember, like, what we're doing here. So at this point, we're going to get the thing that we need to then get access to each of their worlds. Essentially their worlds, but it's their space within the world of Zork. To get the thing we need for each one of them to save the day. I know you like that, you creeper.
Pure air.
You like that, don't you?
Pure life.
I farted. Sorry.
Oh yes, this is good.
No, I
this
farted.
Is so very, very good.
Will you like my farts?
You understand, we weren't innocents. We were alchemists, rebels, explorers, risking everything in the search for eternal life.
Indeed.
The search began with my father. He was a scientist too. When he was on his deathbed, I made him a promise. I gave him my word that I would continue his work and never end until I had found the answer. And I did. And now the Nemesis seeks it for his own dark purpose.
It's kind of cool. You haven't seen this one
If
yet.
he learns our secret, it will be dreadful.
Dreadful.
Help us. Help us. We cannot do it without you. And you will perish without us. Please, help us.
I thought you were talking about the one associated with the maze previously. That's the one I thought you were talking about with the tedium. That wasn't. Because that one is super tedious. It is super, super tedious. Here's our sound puzzle. Bear with. Listen to this one, okay? You ready for this? I have to replicate that. Yeah, I know. There's another button to push. I'm wondering what the importance is of the fountain parts, though. So listen to this again. Where's Audio Eric when you need him? I have serious ADD tonight. Nate, look, I feel you. Yes, kind of go. This one's tough. I don't know the answer to this. 1, 4, 5. Starting from the left. Okay, so you just got the answer for this? Because, man, 1. I was way off. I was so off. I'm just going by the sounds. If you knew that, then that's amazing. So kind of go, you win for that. You win for that. If you knew this, then yeah. 1.5. Yeah, half steps. Ugh, my poor brain could not parse it because it just sounds so drastically off. Thank you. Alright, let's see here. Review our surroundings here. The Futurolithic Age. It's the return to Zork. I don't think I ever saw this. The Futurolithic Age. The Cursiolithic Present. The Age of Magic. That's the temple. The Zorkiolithic Epoch, the construction of the temple. Oh, so this is in order.
Want some rye?
Want some rye? Of course you do.
Of course you do.
Most sound puzzles in games are some form of, here's a melody played on this fantasy xylophone. The Temple of Rye. So this is, hold on, the Phrobiolithic Glacier Epoch, 1 million BE. The Phrobosolithic Lake Epoch. I know that I don't have the patience for games like this, so I'm glad I get to see them through streamers like you who love them. Yes, praise. This is part of one of the appeals of these things, right? I would never stress that these games are for everybody. And my brain loves this stuff. It does. It just eats it up. And like, that's just how my brain works. Everybody's brain works differently. And so like for these are like exciting to take notes and just feel really engaged with this. The Brogmolithic Volcano Epoch. Oh, hello. What? I don't want to look at you yet. I want to look at the other things first. Construction of the temple, okay. Like sands in the hourglass, so too are the days of our lives. What is this? What is it? Oh, I'm sitting in a chair. Oh, time travel puzzle. Okay, so we're looking for water, right? So we're traveling through time. Construction of the temple. Oh, a saw. Okay. This would be the fiery age. Oh, I'm getting a glacier. Hold on. Yeah. We're gonna saw this onto that and then go to fire time. I don't remember this at all, by the way. Melt it. And then... Oh, shoot. I should have just touched it then at that point. Never mind. Oh, I gotta go forward in time to get the thing again. I'm waiting for them to get to the semitones and some puzzles and something non-Western. That's it, you just gotta touch it there. And that's it. I thought I had to go like somewhere else. There we go, we got all 4 elements. We we have helped all 4 alchemists, and now we're gonna get the thing that we need to be able to travel to other spaces. I don't get her conversation.
The union of the 4 powers is complete, and finally, we are reunited.
Cool.
Now we must plan our escape.
Have you survived, though?
You're our only hope, and we're yours. You must learn the secrets of alchemy in our world.
Have you survived, though?
Our lost metals. Our time is running out. Do you understand what we're fighting?
Nope.
He'll kill anyone who stands in his way.
Okay.
Look at Alexandria, Lucian.
It's all our fault.
We've all made mistakes, old friend. Terrible mistakes. Maybe now.
Quiet.
Listen.
Hey guys, it's me.
Why have you come, fool? To turn your worthless ore into gold? To
Yes.
trade a few pitiful years for eternal life? Or I know, maybe you're the hero of the day.
Hi.
You seek the truth,
Just an intern. Okay.
listen, and I will utter my truth.
Okay.
A truth so heinous that you will wish you had never looked upon me.
Nemesis! Neither your magic nor your dementia can save you. This one has broken through. Others will follow.
Speak up, Sartorius. I don't hear you. The great alchemists. And you.
Hi.
Now it's time for you to join your friends.
Okay.
In hell.
I hear it's pretty cool down there. I mean, cool isn't like awesome and not like cold. The hair's pretty hot actually.
You must act quickly.
What'd you guys do?
Powers are still weak, and he'll be back.
I feel like they didn't have a good distribution of fun. Like for a trained musician, it's an elementary exercise and not really a puzzle at all. And for someone with limited musical experience, it can be nearly impossible. Well, my problem was just more the tone doesn't match it, right? Like if it was a similar instrument sound that I could be experiencing, I could easily replicate it. But it was like Sound Blaster, and that's just not. That's not indicative of anything. All right, so we gotta go down. I'll put myself. I'm known to wail on a good tuba in my time. I'm not tone deaf, but I have a hard time matching this really great sound. What? Decaf Jedi, you guys just missed some good times. Welcome, Raiders, one and all. How are you all doing this evening? Decaf Jedi, how are you? Fit7 Price, welcome. For everyone, oh, NES Remix. Dude, Wii U representation is very important, so I appreciate that. Hello, everybody. I am Bogus Meat Factory. For those who've never met me before, I'm a retro variety streamer. I play a little bit of everything. And I say retro variety. It's really variety. I play new. I play old. No genre is forbidden. We play it all, and we try to find ways to appreciate everything. It's a massive love for analysis of games, but also an appreciation of the things they try to do, even if they fail at doing so. Lessons to be learned. Curtis Lesh, it's good to see you, my friend. Decaf Jedi, I'm doing fantastic. How was NES Remix treating you tonight? I hope I was doing well. That Wii U needs more love. Pickle Dog, Nemesis. Yeah, we just got ourselves. Want some ride? Wilco, it's good to see you, my friend. We just collected all the elements for the alchemists and are now making they've trapped Nemesis into some kind of thing to keep him back in his position, and we are now about to travel to the various different places. Really interesting. Okay, so we gotta go. Oh, are we going Asylum first? Let's go, dude. Pickle Dog. It is okay. So, like, to give you some insight into this. Thank you for the follow, Goose Funk Kaiser. Welcome. So we're doing. Who are we doing here? I think we're doing Fire. Is that Malvo? To give you some insight in the Wii U, one of these things that I've always stressed with people, and it's hard for a lot of folks to get this, they always like to talk about the Wii U being on insert CD2. Insert CD2. I have CD2 inserted. Or I get, hold on. Shit. Did I mess this up? Oh god. No, I didn't do this. Please don't do this. Oh no. Hold on. Let me talk about the Wii U while I sit here and not panic. One of the great things about the Wii U in general is that it is a system that is all about asymmetrical play, right? And it was a concept that Nintendo really believed in when they decided to make the Wii U. Nintendo Land, of course, being their trademark introduction game. This is how you do asymmetrical play in video games. We've never seen games like this in almost any front. The PC platform was having this stuff kind of in the early 2000s, was kind of dabbling in that sort of game. You saw that in games like Giant Citizen Kabuto and stuff like that. This asymmetrical play where different players were playing a very different type of gameplay loop compared to everybody else, but they were all kind of competing towards each other or working together in some ways to complement each other. But the problem with the Wii U and why it failed, a lot of people will say it's because of poor marketing and mismanaged message, right? In reality, what it did was it challenged the industry. It threw down the gauntlet of this concept of, hey, we want you to design these novel games that cater towards asymmetrical play. This ability for the person on the tablet to play a game that works differently with those people that are playing on the screen, either with them or against them. And certain companies like Ubisoft actually embraced this with games like Zombie U and Rayman Legends, right? And they really tried to build those games with that asymmetrical gameplay involved. Those were the only ones who did so, was Nintendo and Ubisoft. No one else wanted this. I wish more games had worked with the asymmetric gameplay aspect. I'm with you, Pickle Dog. Absolutely. And the problem is, Goosefun Kaiser says the Mario Party's 1 versus 3 felt so unique. One of the many aspects of that game standing out. So absolutely, Goosefun Kaiser, absolutely. And so what happened there is that with that challenge to that industry, the industry wasn't willing to do so. And I understand why. It's at a point where we're now starting to get that exponential increase in graphical power and cost. Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes would have worked on the Wii U. Absolutely would have, Wilco. Like, how did nobody make a game where the gamepad player GM'd a game? The idea was right there, Pickle Duck, I know! And the industry, though, wasn't ready for this because, one, it's risky to do that. It's venturing into new territory. But the bigger reason as to why they wouldn't want to get into that, because it had to redefine the rulebook within which they design their games. That is incredibly challenging. What's interesting, though, and to talk about why the Wii U is so magical and interesting, is most likely because it is ahead of its time. If that system was released somewhere around now, and Nintendo was embracing the indie developer marketplace like they are currently with the Switch, they would have far more success, I believe, if they catered almost strictly to independent developers. We started to kind of see it at the tail end of the system. Games like Affordable Space Adventures. A fantastic game. Affordable Space Ventures. A fantastic game that really does work on asymmetrical play, where each player controls a facet of this spaceship. As you do this kind of Metroidvania style game, the person with the gamepad, you can also play it solo, where the person with the gamepad controls everything, but they would control all of the power of this ship, while each controller did a certain aspect of it. The guns, the piloting, these sorts of things. Sakanako says, my personal feelings were that the failure of the Wii U was most strongly caused by Nintendo insisting on very poor licensing terms. Oh, absolutely. Nintendo was not smart in that moment, and they learned a really valuable lesson from the Wii U. They did, of course, attempt to kind of draw in more accessibility with developers by using, they had like an HTML5 like thing that they could use with HTML or something like that was with it. They just kind of drove off indies and third parties alike. Absolutely they did. And they realized that mistake late in the lifespan of the Wii U. Wilco says, I also felt like their big titles were also on the Wii. Still, I'm mostly thinking of Zelda. But here's the thing. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, I strongly feel, is one of the greatest 2D platformers ever made. It's absolutely phenomenal. Then you had like Super Mario 3D World, Super Mario 3D World, right? And having the players play in that, a really fantastic and brilliant game on the system. Mario Maker, and the Wii U utilizing its own social network, curating their own social network, and the microcosms of communities that existed within that was so fantastic. Then just the Miiverse is something we'll never get to see again. I mean, I guess it's not true. Of course, unless you say rip Miiverse, it's back, baby. Sakanako says, I guess they got overconfident after the success of the Wii and thought they could control the licensing more tightly and squeeze their publishers a bit. You're absolutely right, Sakanako. They felt that they had the competition on the ropes and that casual market would continue on into the Wii U. They didn't realize that the casual market is actually incredibly fickle. They're very hard to predict because you need to, they don't follow trends. They don't go like, okay, this was really good. Here's the sequel. Here's the successor. I'll move on to that. That's not the case. And in fact, a lot of that casual market that went and invested in the Wii only got it for one particular thing and little else. So for instance, a lot of people got it for Wii Sports. A lot of people got it for Wii Fit in that casual market and never ventured out beyond that point and wasn't willing to explore that. That's part of also the problem. It's a multifaceted issue. And of course, Nintendo just being, like you said, overconfident and thinking they could squeeze a little bit more out of this. It wasn't the case. It wasn't working. Pickle Dog says, I've never known any other console like the Wii in that regards. Like, the pack-in game was too good. Absolutely. And so the Wii U just is something that's so fascinating. So for instance, right, to give you, because like, look, I may have made a crucial mistake and we may be stuck and unable to continue this game. So we may just switch this to just chatting. Because I might just do that. Listen, folks. The Wii U had the ability to watch live TV and the ability to have small Miiverse, like short-term Miiverse functionality with every show aired on TV. You could essentially be watching a football game. You could be watching an episode of CSI. You could sit there and take a screenshot and draw on it and put it on the Miiverse for that particular season and episode or whatever. Like, there was wild stuff. And I'd sit there and watch football and like, boom, screenshot. That dude just jumped in the air. I'm drawing little fart lines. He just had a rocket power fart, like, and throw that up on there. It was wild that nobody ever used MiiTV at all, which was an amazing function that Nintendo had. It was unheard of that anyone actually used it. And having just the weird microcosm of communities within the Miiverse itself. Funky Barn. If anyone did Miiverse and spent a lot of time in Miiverse, Funky Barn was the place to be. It was I believe it was actually a launch game. It was a launch game on the system. I believe just through, I don't know if it had a physical release or not. Never played the game, but that's where everybody went to because your Miiverse choices were just its launch titles. And so, of course, you have your super popular stuff that had just come out with a system that was, Nintendo focused, your Nintendo lands and such, and Zombie U's. But then you also had Funky Barn. And people were like, what the hell is Funky Barn? And so people would use it to be memes. That was where all the memes were put. And so Funky Barn Miiverse was the weirdest place to be. It was absolutely absurd. And it was such a joy to kind of stumble into and see what the Funky Barn people were up to. And Funky Barn sounds like an awesome dance hall. Exactly. Failures like this are more fascinating than any success, Pickle Dog. Absolutely. And you just have to sit there and wonder what makes those things fail. Is it because of a failure of the hardware? Is it because it's a failure of cultural normalities, cultural norms of game design? Is it poor business decisions? And what happened there with the Wii U is that it's all of those things, and it is not a fault, though. The one thing it's not a fault of is its core concept of what it is trying to achieve, what is purest essence of philosophy on how we should design games. That asymmetrical play is novel, fascinating, and can go into a huge variety of different game ideas, but no one was willing to embrace it because it was so different. Sakura says, won't you take me to Funky Barn? I want to go to Funky Barn. And is that the fault of the system? That the rest of the world sees this new and interesting idea and just says, nah, not for me. Is that the fault of the system? No, I don't think so. I mean, to everyone, it's, their own opinion, but for me, that's not the case. For me, the Wii U is a beautiful, fascinating system full of potential that it never truly got to achieve. It had this wonderful multimedia that was involved. It had these crazy virtual three-dimensional tours. Look, you cannot tell me that you sit in an office chair holding that gamepad and moving around in 3 dimensions and not be like, this feels good, because it feels amazing. You go play Wind Waker HD with that gamepad, and you go into like the arrow, firing your bow and arrow and moving around and spinning around, and it feels like you're really there. You want to see me demonstrate these things? Absolutely, Nate Wilkie, yes. I've got my Wii U, man. Here's the thing, also, is that like people are always wondering, like, oh man, it's so underpowered and all this stuff. I'm like, you don't understand the complexities of how hard it is to have a full display on a TV and then a second display showing something completely different. Even more so, 4 players split screen on the TV and a 5th player having a completely different display. I've never seen motion controls work as well as the gamepad ones. It's just so fluid. Pickle Dog, exactly. Goose Van Kaiser says, it wasn't the fault of the system, but so many things attached to the system. Marketing, timing, developer relationships, absolutely. And also just the culture of games at that time, which is still there now. If the Wii U came out today, it still would not be embraced. It still wouldn't be. I used to make photospheres for the reason you're talking about. It's like you can look around in the world. Absolutely, Nick Wilkie. Is it a Wii add-on? Is it a new thing? Sakura, absolutely. And just the way that it looked. Its design looked very similar to the Wii when they showed it off. And people were just very confused by it. And the ways that they were showing things were still people were utilizing those Wii remotes. And so people are like, okay, so it's just an add-on? Is it something new? Do you just need the pad? What is it? They failed at communicating that initially. Once they did a job of explaining it, but at that moment, people have this preconceived notion of what it is. There's expectations of what it should be. And then at that point, it's almost impossible to change people's mind and perspective in that way. Too little, too late. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And so there's that involved too, which is a major issue for the system. It was a huge hurdle to climb. And what I worry about more than anything is that Nintendo treats the Wii U like they do the Virtual Boy. Oh, Wii U University. That was wasn't there a Wii University, like a game? It was not a Brain Age. It was a Brain Age like. It had this weird little doodle dude with a cap and a thing. That was a game. I believe, right? What was it called? Nintendo made it. Clippy the game. Let's see. What was it called? A Nintendo game like Brain Age. It was Big Brain Academy was what it was called. Big Brain Academy. That was the game. They have a Switch game for that too. That's wild. Brain versus Brain. But yeah, you had a weird looking professor man who was just like a little doodle. It was weird. Tip of your tongue. Exactly. Right there. But the Wii U is so fascinating, and to let people know that there is absolutely a dedicated group of people that are keeping that alive, that world of the Wii U, the world of the Miiverse. You can see they archived all the Miiverse posts that exist out there, so you can actually go and view those and kind of get the snapshot of what that culture was like throughout its entire history, from beginning to end. I'm gonna sneeze. But there are people who are also working to bring back Nintendo Online functionality, and they have done so for certain Wii U titles as well as 3DS titles, and include Miiverse functionality for those things. So like right now they're working on, they've got Mario Kart 8 working. They've got limited functionality on Mario Maker, but they're like prioritizing that big time, as well as Wind Waker HD. Goose Van Kaiser says, lost media is lost knowledge. Preservation saves. I cannot, Guzman Kaiser, I'm a gigantic, massively multiplayer online RPG fan. I love MMORPGs, not in the way that people obsess over them in an unhealthy way, but far more about virtual worlds and exploration of these places and understanding the cultures that pop up and crop up from those places. And that is a thing that is so hard. I have a massive list of white whales of games that I wish we could see a reverse engineering on to revitalize them, to keep them preserved. So there's games like VR1 Crossroads, which was a multi-user dungeon that had a graphical user interface, sound, and multimedia elements to it. That was incredibly complex and fascinating, but it never really made it anywhere, and it's just disappeared. Another thing was Dark Sun Online. People always talk about Ultima Online being, the birth of the MMORPG, but Dark Sun Online was a fully fledged MMORPG that came out like 2 years prior. It was like 1995 at the time. And using the same SSI engine that the other Dark Sun games, Wake of the Ravager and Shattered Lands used. And it was a full-fledged MMO. Like, that's gone. The software is there somewhere, but the server code we don't have. And it stinks because the only attempts that we had to rebuild that got completely taken because 4chan made the decision that they wanted to do this too and went around harassing developers. So, we'll never see that again. Thank you for that, 4chan. Nate Wilkie says, some of the magic of the earlier internet cannot be captured because the method of game development cultivated today supplanted the weirdness of specific communities. It's almost like you should have a podcast or something about this topic. So Kuno, someone has the server code. Absolutely. The woman who developed that server code is a very famous developer who worked on a lot of amazing revolutionary projects, as well as like working on and developing the code for Neverwinter Nights back in the early 90s? Late 80s? It's crazy. They worked on the Dark Sun game as well, which is really interesting. Getting a hold of her is very difficult because, again, the internet. Oh, the AOL one, not the BioWare one. Thank you, Sakura. Good distinction to make as well. But Naoki says that there should be a podcast or something about this topic. I do have a podcast that we do talk about text adventure games and what kind of makes them interesting and fun with my good friend Nick in a part of our Interactive Fiction Club podcast. But all I want to do is talk about games. If you know anybody who has a podcast and wants a person to talk about them, send them my way, please. I want to talk about games 24/7. I love talking about games more than anything. I may have completely botched our playthrough of Zork Nemesis today, but I love talking about games nonetheless. Look at all the private WoW servers. They didn't get the server code. They had to emulate it. It can be done for the Dark Sun game as well. Kuno, I would love if that was the case. The problem is that the code for that stuff is a real tangled mess. This one, guys, says a well-researched Lost Game Media podcast could be fun as hell. Absolutely. I mean, we can sit there and talk about the wonderful world of Castle Infinity, which is a puzzle platforming MMO geared towards children, where you have to save dinosaurs who are lost in a temporal anomaly at the cataclysm of everything. And it teaches you how to speak Esperanto, has FMV sequences as well, and was made and designed by a man who went by a pen name that was doing previously Mario and Nintendo-themed choose-your-own-adventure style books. Fun fact. I love this stuff. I eat this stuff up because, especially when you talk about old and forgotten MMOs, there's just so many. There's so many. We talk about Underlight, my first love, my first game love. Oh, it got me into MMORPGs in the first place. Nobody's played Underlight. Nobody knows what the hell Underlight is. But Underlight had a real-time combat system. It was a 3D game, real-time combat system, 1999. Before EverQuest came out. It wasn't tick-based. It had a completely revolutionary progression system that we've never been replicated before, and had no NPCs outside of the enemies that you fought, but had a really fascinating player reliant progression system. It's so interesting. Meridian 59. We all know Meridian 59, maybe. This sort of stuff is great. I love that stuff so much. I love talking about defunct technologies. Kuno says, I've never heard of the game until you played it. Oh, which one? Underlight? Oh man, nobody's ever heard of Underlight. And its sequel, Reclamation, which never came to be, using the Unreal Engine at the time. And I love this stuff. You can play Underlight still to this day, although it's run by some very shady people, which I don't appreciate. I don't like the community in the slightest. It still exists. You can play it on Steam right now. And I don't like the people that are running it. There's a lot of things are weird. It's a weird place. But anyways, I'm going to probably have to wrap this up soon. I'm so sorry, just that I didn't get much to show off Zork Nemesis very much. I wish that I could have played some more. I totally botched this because I don't have... Weeble's like, but I just got here. I'm sorry, Weeble. I guess I can talk a few minutes more. I can talk more about games. I love MMORPGs. I love the Wii U. I got my Virtual Boy hanging out here. I have everything. I love video games. We had to briefly attend Bogus U. That's a great indication of what my channel is. If you enjoy that sort of conversation, if you enjoy those sort of topics and really diving into the history of games and why these things work or don't work, what about games engages people, and what about them scares people? I could say a lot about the Wii U in particular, and to kind of tie this back into that. Have a good night, Cannoli. I'll get Nemesis going again. I will for sure, because it's not a matter of like putting in the ISO and it running off of that. It was complicated. I got this working. Nitwiki says, I was trying to get you to plug the Literate Pixel podcast again because you go into a lot of that type of thing. So Literate Pixel podcast was really more primarily us talking about books based off video game franchises. And we've kind of moved our text adventure stuff over to the Interactive Fiction podcast, which is a very similar style, but no weird audio drama body horror. But with the Wii U, we talk about its inability to have people connect, and one of those big reasons is because it's something that's very intimate. It's a game about intimacy and communication, and a lot of people are scared of communication in general. They're scared to interact with other people. They're scared of what they're going to find in that end. Nate Wiggy says, I didn't know about the Interactive Fiction one. I've been on it for like 7 months. Let me pull it up for you. It's only a couple episodes. We've been doing a club where every month we play old text adventures, and the next month modern interactive fiction. And so we kind of go back and forth between all those things. But it's very strictly those. I wish that was the case, Sakura. It's not. There it is. There's that. That is the Interactive Fiction Club podcast. We have two ones right now. I'm cutting the third one right now. So it's Planetfall we played and talked about, and then a modern interactive fiction called What Heart Heard of Ghost Guest, which was the XYZZY Interactive Fiction of the Year award for 2021, which is a really good game. And then our third episode we're doing right now is going to be on Frederick Pohl's Gateway. But games are fantastic. If you have a podcast that you love and you would love to hear my stupid voice talking over and over again, let them know. Send them this way, because I like to talk video games. I do this also on YouTube too. I haven't done anything recently, but I have put up videos where I talk about game values, about my own personal values. Because when we talk about games, it's really important, especially when people editorialize, that you understand what it is that those people value. What do they find importance of in video games, so that you can have a better understanding of their perspective when they critique and discuss games. We don't get that very much on the internet at all. And we have to kind of just play detective in figuring that out for people. And so I lay that out very bare, and then talk about, the stuff I love. Why do I love FMV games? You have 2,000 hit points in real life. Man, I wish I had 2,000 hit points in real life. I got like 15. But see this stuff. It's important. I think that it's so important to talk about video games and the connective tissue that it has for our ability to connect with software and with other people. And why we miss this stuff all the time, that people are afraid of that commitment, or afraid of that intimacy, that vulnerability to communicate and open themselves up to games, to emotions, and to other people. Nemesis says, I have 1 stamina though, so I lose HP all the time. There you go. And why it's so important to have, as a person, as a human being, this ability to connect with games and open ourselves up to these new experiences, to get new perspectives, to connect with other people, and enjoy that community of bonding over the zeitgeist of playing a new game together, or someone playing an old game that they've never played before and experiencing it with fresh eyes with other people, with seasoned veterans and new players alike, so that you can kind of recapture those experiences of a game just launched. Nebuchadnezzar says, do you have a Discord? Yes, I do. And we talk about this all the time. Thank you, Sakura. We talk about this stuff all of the time. This is the main crux of why I stream in general. Why do I stream? I stream because I love to talk about games. Not really. It's far more, I love to enthuse about games, and I love to hear people enthuse about games. I love listening to you folks in chat discuss these sorts of topics and also bring them up and give me your perspective on this stuff, because perspective is super important in everything, in every walk of life. If we can't understand other people's perspectives, how can we, in general, grow and change and improve the industry and improve that community and culture of gaming? How can we make this place a better place for everybody to enjoy games and enjoy games with their friends? So we'll see. We'll see. I'm going to go find someone to raid. I'm tired. It's late. I got to fix this problem with my poor Zork Nemesis. I'll get to do the puzzles again on my own. Who is online right now? Let's see who we got. Fit 7 Price. Thank you so much, my friend. It means the world to me. I hope you're doing well. Who do we have going on here tonight? Okay. Let's go raid our good friend Cyrus. They are streaming Sega Saturn games, which is like one of my favorite consoles of all time. We're also raising money. If you're interested, we are raising money for children. So for Ozone House as part of Child Abuse Prevention Month with a good friend, the Combat King. If you're ever interested, you can take a look here. We've made our goal, but we have raised that goal more. The Combat King is going to be doing a 27-hour stream. This charity helps the folks at Ozone House. Ozone House is a wonderful charity organization local here to the state of Michigan that provides shelter, food, and resources for jobs, identification, getting driver's license and state IDs for children who are sadly victims of homelessness. It's a local charity. It's not some big conglomerate. It is right here helping my community right now as we speak. It's worth your time and effort and money. If you're ever interested in donating, please do so. On Saturday, I'm eating something incredibly spicy. The next week after that, I will be doing one of 2 cosplays that are adventure game related, that are stupid, lazy, and ugly, and just batshit crazy. And if we hit another goal, we'll be doing a CPU versus CPU tournament on the Sega Saturn, which is a really awesome game called Asuka 127%. Put on the blue hat and be Graham. It's more obscure. It's more obscure. One of the cosplay choices I have is really lazy and obscure, but the folks who know me would know exactly what it is the moment I start talking. And the second one is ambitious, also incredibly lazy, and weird. I built the prototype of it. Something about butts. I wish it was something about butts. Let's go raid the Cyrus. Zeal. Give them a hello. They are also part of the stream team that is working on raising money for this month for Child Abuse Prevention Month. I am just typing the wrong things. I'm not doing anything properly on my end of the bargain. I will be back maybe tomorrow with a fixed Zork Nemesis. We'll see how it goes. Have a wonderful night, everybody. Thank you all for the follows. Thank you so much, Jess, for the raid. It means the world to me, as always. You should be checking out Decaf Jedi if you haven't already. You know him well. We always talk about him all over the time. He plays a lot of really great stuff as well. Have a wonderful night, guys. And as always, to humor. Thank you. Goodbye.